Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We are so excited to not only have the people that are here with us, but to have everybody else that can watch us today for an awesome occasion. Not only are we experiencing Community Development Week, but we have an exciting designation that we want to do for the community for a project that the city's been doing for quite some time, and we're really excited to see this happen. My name is Josh Ray. I'm the city manager, and I have one function for the day, and that's to introduce you to Mayor Phillips. Mayor Phillips is going to come and get us started for this event, so Mayor Sammy Phillips.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank all of you for coming out this morning. It's a beautiful day to do this, and I tell you what, this is looking really a whole lot better over here than it did for a long time. I know a lot of you have lived here for a while, and you've seen the metamorphosis, the changes that has occurred, and hopefully you're pleased with it. I know there's still work to be done, and we anticipate that, as time goes by, we'll make this the neighborhood you want it to be. Our neighborhood services have done over 25 homes now in Jacksonville. I think it's five out here, Tracy. There are 5 of them out here, including these 2 that we're talking about today. I know for a long time we had a whole lot of problem with crime, people being in here that didn't belong in here, that would come and hang out and stuff. And I think for the most part that has been taken care of thanks to our police department, who has worked with the neighborhood, who has worked with the folks that live here, and we have strengthened this neighborhood. This partnership with your police, I know Chief Yanero is here today, and some of his people are here. And they're very anxious about working with you and hearing your concerns and working with you to make this the neighborhood you want it to be. So we know that we've had a lot of our neighborhood services have done a lot to clean up Jacksonville. You see that all over as you ride around the city. We've torn down how many structures now, Tracy?
Over 160.
Over 160 structures, dilapidated structures that were just presented themselves as eyesores in our city. And you see our folks from parks constantly out cleaning up the roadways, cleaning up neighborhoods, doing work to make our city one that we can be proud of. I recall our former city manager was actually out here on his off time on a weekend doing work for this neighborhood. And that shows the passion. And I know our new city manager, Mr. Ray, has that same passion. Our community development dollars we get are limited, but I know that Tracy and Pam and their crews do a wonderful job at making that money stretch as far as it can and get a positive impact on the city. And with that said, I do have a proclamation that has been prepared today. And Tracy, if you come up, Pam, you want to come up? And I'm going to read this proclamation. Who's your chief inspector's here, right? You want to have him come up?
Chief Code Enforcement Officer.
Code Enforcement.
Yes. Jason Larson.
Whereas April 10th to the 14th has been designated as National Community Development Week by the National Community Development Association to celebrate the Community Development Block Grant Program, which was created in 1986. And whereas this program provides annual funding and flexibility to local communities to provide decent, safe, sanitary housing and economic opportunities for low to moderate income individuals. And whereas the Community Development Block Grant Program funding has had a significant impact on our local economies through fiscal redevelopment and improved local tax bases. And whereas the City of Jacksonville has successfully utilized this funding to resolve pressing local problems such as neighborhood revitalization, the Downtown Housing Initiative for rehabilitation programs, demolition and clearance of dilapidated structures, and funding for nonprofit public service organizations. Now, therefore, I, Sammy Phillips, the mayor of the City of Jacksonville, do hereby proudly proclaim the week of April 10th through the 14th as Community Development Week in the City of Jacksonville, and I urge all citizens to join me in recognizing the Community Development Program and its importance to our community's future and growth. And with that, I would hand you this proclamation. Would you like to speak now?
No, we have Bishop.
Bishop, okay. Bishop Will Smith, I guess you can come to the podium now and you have a few words.
Thank you, sir. All right, thank you and good morning. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about the importance of the Neighborhood Improvement Services Advisory Committee and the staff that we have. And I want to tell you what the mission is and some of the projects that has happened over the years. The mission is to connect Jacksonville's diverse communities and neighborhoods in the city with their city government to facilitate public participation, enhance economic opportunities, and implement community-based strategies to improve the overall quality of life of our city. Some of the things that really speaks to is what Mayor Phillips was talking about was the Community Development Block Grant. It is a HUD program that provides communities with resources to address needs that we have. And some of the things that it do is to benefit low to moderate income families, slum and blight removal, and urgent needs. And some of our current incentives are acquisition and renovations, such as some of these out here in Country Club Villas, public services, public facilities, and I don't know if many of you know that the kitchen over at our homeless shelter was renovated and remodeled. Public improvements such as sidewalks in low to moderate neighborhoods, and other housing rehabilitations. We also have down payment assistance and home buyers education classes, which that have expanded over the last few years. And so those are just a few things that I would like to just talk to you about what this committee actually does. And thank everybody for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have our commissioner member, Cindy Edwards, if she want to come up and say a few words of inspiration. I know she's on the spot, but I know she can come forward and give us a nice word of inspiration and resources. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. As you've already heard, the importance of this office and the programs that are associated with it for our community are immense. Every child deserves a safe home. Every person deserves a safe home. And these folks to my right and your left are the folks who are making it happen in the real world for our citizens every day, day in and day out. They see the needs and they help meet as many of them as they can. About all we can do is empower them and get out of their way to let them do their job the way they're doing it, because they're really doing a tremendous job. And if we can continue these efforts to ensure safe and affordable housing for our community, we're going to be a stronger community. This impacts everyone. Folks who may have their mortgage covered and not be worried about their housing don't think it impacts them, but it does. This affects everyone in our community. We all need to have citizens who have a safe place to call home. So thank you for being here today. My words are short, but all I can say is thank you to the team who's really doing the work. Thank you.
So welcome, everybody. This is a wonderful, wonderful celebration for community development. This is, I've said it before, this is part of my favorite piece of being into CDBG and making sure that the communities thrive. I just wanted to give a little bit of history about this neighborhood and the project in itself. So we had Deputy Chief Weaver contact our department and asked us for assistance in turning this neighborhood around from the crime that was present. Monthly calls of service was increasing, and the police had other priorities in the cities to address. So, of course, we said yes, and we started a weed and seed kind of project with Country Club Villas. Community development, we scheduled meetings with residents at the Coastal Community College. We also had meetings at the Public Safety Building, but a few showed up and shared that we needed to eliminate the crime before they can participate in the planning process of this neighborhood. So the police did what they needed to do. They eliminated the crime and the negative behavior in this neighborhood with the help of UNC Chapel Hill with DFI consultants. We received their input and developed a plan. One of the first things that we did was we purchased the first 2 structures. We also enlisted a demo with the leadership's team 1 and 2. And I can say when Anthony Prince came from behind the structures dragging the shed, I knew that this was a serious undertaking, and we were called to do it, and we were able to do it. We had trash and debris from the door all the way to the street. Sanitation came and picked it up the next day. And also, the mayor mentioned our former city manager, Dr. Woodruff. While we were building and renovating those units, he came out and he single-handedly built the fences that was in the back of those residents. So he did have a passion to improve this neighborhood. We hired Jumpstart Investments, who did an awesome job in the renovations. And with the help of the planning and inspections, Mr. David Holland, we were able to produce a product that was comparable in today's market. Then we started the process of home ownership, and we sold both of those homes. We had some projects out here that we were doing. They included cleaning the ditches. The streets department, they did a wonderful job in cleaning the ditches around the perimeter of the property and also in the rear of this area. We also addressed the trash cans issue. If you can imagine 126 units and they had 2 trash cans apiece, they were really present in this neighborhood. So we eliminated that and we put in the 100-gallon black trash cans. We also enlisted the help of recreation that helped us with some landscaping at our units. And we also had an opportunity to purchase 2 more units. These were burn units, and they were the worst units in this neighborhood, but that's what CDBG do. We will go into a neighborhood and take out the worst of the worst and make it the best of the best. So with that, we had a catalyst to where other investors started taking pride in improving their structures as well. The homeowners, they started to take pride and clean up and cut their trees and cut their grass. So they started taking pride in their units as well. But we still have more to do. We still have more to do. We're not going back. We're going to move forward. Right now, we're looking at other projects such as producing landing pads for the trash cans. And also, we're going to be using our code enforcement division to make sure that we maintain. We have investment in resources and manpower in this neighborhood. And as I said, we're going to move forward in making sure that this neighborhood is stable. Thank you so much for coming, because we could not do this without the streets department, without the police department, without the inspections department, without sanitation, and without recreation. So thank you so much for all that you all have done. Of course, we also want to thank our Neighborhood Improvement Advisory Committee. We have some members here that advise us on how we should spend our money. So they play an important part in the planning process. We also have investors that have come in and also have told us that because of what we did with CDBG funds, now they want to come in and invest in this community. So thank you so much. This is what CDBG do. Help us to continue to celebrate CDBG Week this week. And we also had one investor that wanted to come up. He just wanted to come up and speak a few words and talk about the impact of CDBG and what we've done in this neighborhood. Mr. John Doris.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this opportunity. Tracy, thank you very much for working with me. I see all the inspectors out there making sure we do things right. I appreciate everybody. Jacksonville, being in the military, moving over here, I made a heavy investment into the Jacksonville community. I cannot begin to say from the bottom of my heart, Ms. Tracy, what you have done for me, how you had ensured that, code enforcement is there and make sure that you just bring a new blossoming to the community when we move inside here. About a year and a half ago, when we first came over here, there was things in disarray. There was a lot of challenges and things like that from the police guys coming here, patrolling the sections, and everybody in the community. You just have blossoming. You just brought a new revitalization back into this community. Heavily invested in this community, several properties here, several properties all throughout the city. And again, if it was not the partnership between us two to ensure that, not just one person's doing things correctly, everybody's doing things correctly and various things like that. And then I don't know if Section 80 is here today, but I want to tell them also thank you very much for working with us, making sure that every house is in compliance, that we offer section housing to. Everybody just wants a peace of mind and a good, clean place that's safe for them to live in. Nobody want to live in a place that's a disarray. So by working with the code enforcement, working with Ms. Jackson and all the different programs that they offer, we're able to give somebody a good quality living situation. So when I first came over here, this property over here, roof was burnt up, things was just in disarray. You passed by here, it was just something that you did not want to see. And now look at this, everything's brand new, from the roof to the ceiling, just the phases and steps, and how fast it took to get this thing done was just amazing. It brought, several of my properties up, the value went up and things like that, and I'm here for the long haul. We got another project that we're working on in the New River area. Hopefully we do the same thing to that area also. Take everything down to the stud, start from the bottom and come all the way up. And for any investors out there that want to come to the Jacksonville area, that are thinking, oh man, military bases here, what's going on, stuff like that. There's about a 3% growth rate that we can expect that we're going to see in the next coming up years, just due to the things that's going on in the community, the investment, and then the city's commitment to make sure things get done. So the dedication cannot go unnoticed. So I just thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity. Just say thank you very much, and then I'm in it with you guys for the long haul because you do it right. Thank you so much.
So I mentioned that we have homeownership also included in one of the activities that we do, and like I said, I am very proud to announce that the City of Jacksonville is a certified HUD counseling agency. So with that, we have Pamela Traffin that heads up that activity with community development, and she is going to come up and introduce some of our homeowners and also do the presentation of the reefs.
Thank you, Ms. Tracy. As you stated, I am Pamela Trafton, Neighborhood Improvement Services Coordinator, and under the direction of our great director, Ms. Tracy Jackson, we have this year been able to have the opportunity to become a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. And what that means for our community and for our city is the opportunity for those that are interested in home ownership to start with our home buyer education class, which is an 8-hour course on Saturdays. And then from that class, we do one-on-one counseling sessions. Those counseling sessions allows us to look at a person's credit score, look at what they're currently handling with their finances, and put them on a game plan. Once that game plan has been achieved, homeownership is next. And through that program, we have taken care of 4 homeowners so far. We have 3 in this neighborhood, and then we have 1 that has moved into a brand new construction build. And at this time, I would like to bring forth homeowners that we do have present with us. We have Ms. Sandra Hector. And this wreath is a token of our appreciation for the hard work that has been done to ensure that home ownership is achieved. So Ms. Hector, I'd like to achieve this one for you. Would you like to say anything? Yes. Okay.
This is really nice. I do want to thank the city of Jacksonville, especially Pam and Tracy, for making me a homeowner, and thank you.
And next we have the opportunity that this program is afforded to anyone that is willing to put forth the effort. And we are proud to say that it is also extended to our city employees to take an opportunity. And at this time we have Mr. Jerome Williams to come forth as our next homeowner, who is also a city employee. Do you want to say anything? Sure. Okay.
Hello. I'd like to thank the whole city of Jacksonville and the state of North Carolina. Thank you.
And we do have 2 additional units right here behind me, 427 and 429 Myrtlewood Circle. These are the last 2 that we currently have in this neighborhood, and we are looking forward to our next homeowners to take place. We have class coming up May 20th, and it's from 8 to 5 p.m. at $25 per person. So at this time, we will move into our open house tours and have fun.